A man stabbed multiple times and left to die. Police say this is the man who killed him, and tonight he is on the run. And they are offering a big reward for his arrest. CBS 2's Hermela Aragawi is live in downtown L.A. with a closer look at that suspect. Hermela.
Pat, good evening. Let me show you where this all happened. The victim was lying down on a bench that was right here when a man suddenly appeared, threw a knife into him over and over again, taking a bag and eventually his life.
That's shocking. That's sad.
A bizarre and vicious stabbing in downtown LA is caught on camera, and police say it might have all been over a backpack. Security video shows the suspect stabbing the victim multiple times before taking the bag.
It's still under investigation whether or not that backpack belonged to the homeless person and he took it, or that was the suspect's backpack and he was retrieving it, and during that retrieving that backpack assaulted the victim.
Police say the incident happened on November 6th, and the victim, 58-year-old Fernando Perez, died of his injuries 2 days later. On Wednesday, LAPD released a series of security videos in hopes of someone recognizing the suspects.
A $50,000 reward has been offered for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the person responsible for the murder of Fernando Perez.
The alleged killer is seen on security video before and after the incident wearing a dark baseball cap and a light gray skater hoodie. At some point, it appears he's joined by a woman also wearing a black hat.
I haven't seen anything like that before, and just run off with their backpack, and yeah, it's crazy.
Police say they don't believe the suspect is homeless. They're asking anyone with information about the incident to call them. Reporting live in downtown LA, Hermela Aragawi, CBS 2 News.
Shouts of joy as a mother arrives in the Bay Area from Yemen to see her dying child. She had been blocked from seeing her 2-year-old son because of the U.S. travel ban. CBS 2 political reporter Bryan is here with more on this controversy.
That's right, Pat. It's a very human story, but it also has some political implications as well. The mother arrived just a few hours ago after she was granted a visa to travel to the U.S. just this week. This is video of Shema Swila arriving tonight at SFO, which is San Francisco Airport. She's here in California to say goodbye to her 2-year-old son, Abdullah. The young boy is suffering from a genetic brain condition and is on life support. Swila's husband, Ali Hassan, flew with their son to the U.S. for treatment. Both Hassan and Abdullah are American citizens, but Swila is from Yemen, and President Trump's travel ban restricts Yemeni nationals from entering the country. This evening, Swila didn't say anything to reporters, but her husband had this to say.
This is a difficult time for our family, but we are blessed to be together. I ask you to respect our privacy as we go to be with our son again. The Muslims ban has hurt Yemen Americans' families and need to end. Thank you.
Now, the family said they reached out to the U.S. Embassy in Cairo 28 times, but to no avail. They said it took elected officials and the media for Swila's visa to be granted. A very human story. Pat, back to you.
You're right about that, Dave. Thank you. Well, a mysterious streak in the sky tonight. People saw it from L.A. all the way to Northern California. Vandenberg Air Force Base was supposed to blast a rocket into the heavens tonight, but that mission was scrubbed. So what was it? CBS 2's Tom Wade is live at the Griffith Observatory with some answers for us. Tom?
Pat, I do have some answers for you, but it was funny because when we first saw it in the sky, we didn't know what it was either. There were hundreds of people here to see that rocket launch. Of course, it didn't happen, but we did get to see that streak. A mystery streak in the evening sky had imaginations in overdrive. People were posting about the fiery-looking squiggle up and down the state. Many of the posts came from the Bay Area all the way up to Stockton. Dr. Laura Danley is Griffith Observatory curator.
There was a huge, bright shooting star. It's actually, we call it a bolide, which is when it's really big and bright, and it's a big chunk of something burning up in the atmosphere.
And if you're not a science buff,
a meteor and a shooting star, the same thing. Bolide applies to really bright ones.
The MD has declared a scrub for today's operations.
By coincidence, a failed rocket launch happened around the same time the meteor was seen. A big crowd had already gathered at Griffith to see the rocket soar over the area. It was supposed to launch from Vandenberg Air Force Base carrying a secret payload. We captured the shooting star ourselves, not even sure what it was when we first saw it.
It was a complete coincidence. Everybody was looking west to look for the launch, and then suddenly like, what's that? Is that the launch? It's like, it can't be. It's not for another 15 minutes. And so, we just lucked out.
So there you go. We looked out a little bit, didn't get that rocket launch, but at least we got to see the meteors. If you were wondering if it was safe or not safe, we talked to the curator about that. She says it posed no threat. Reporting live at Griffith Observatory, I'm Tom Waite, CBS 2 News.
All right, thanks, Tom. A high-level resignation today in the LA Archdiocese. Auxiliary Bishop Alexander Salazar is leaving his post after sexual abuse allegations surfaced. He was accused of misconduct involving a minor in the 1990s when he worked at Pasadena's Blessed Virgin Mary Church. But the Archdiocese did not tell the public about it until this week. The bishop denied the claims and was never charged after a police investigation. But the church's independent oversight board recently found the allegation to be credible. Pope Francis accepted Salazar's resignation today. A crew of burglars is wanted for a crime wave in North Hollywood. They've hit dozens of homes, in fact. One of the crooks has a standout feature. He always wears a skull mask. CBS 2's Rachel Kim live at LAPD's North Hollywood Division with more on this story. Rachel.
Yeah, Pat, detectives here have an unusual case of burglaries on their hands. They're releasing video of the suspects, hoping the public can be their eyes and ears. Let's take a look at that video right now. Police say the suspects work in crews of 2 to 3 people. All of them wear tightly cinched hoodies, and one of them, as you said, wears a skull Halloween mask. That's how detectives figured out the same crew was responsible for these burglaries. They've carried out a safe and duffel bags full of valuables. Detectives say over the past 2 months, there have been 26 residential burglaries within the area of Coldwater Canyon Boulevard and Bel Air Avenue between Roscoe and Victory. They're hitting homes mostly between 5 p.m. and 10 p.m.
They're looking for single-family residences. They're not looking for duplexes. They're not looking for apartment complexes. And they're looking for homes that are not well lit. Almost all of these homes at night have had almost zero ambient lighting. They usually go straight to the backyard and make entry through a rear glass slider. They punch the glass with a tool punch, enter the house, ransack it looking for cash, jewelry, firearms, designer purses, handbags.
Detective Hampton says the suspects have used several different getaway cars, but they are all newer models with paper plates. If you have any information that can help detectives, please call LAPD's North Hollywood Division. Reporting live tonight in North Hollywood, Rachel Kim, CBS 2 News.
An accused pill-pushing doctor from Irvine was released from custody tonight. Dr. Zung An Pham posted bail and left the Santa Ana jail with his wife by his side. He was in court today facing federal narcotics charges for illegally prescribing powerful opioids to people he never met. Prosecutors say at least 5 of his so-called patients fatally overdosed. His prescriptions were also found in the possession of the presumed Thousand Oaks mass shooter, Ian Long.
Did you want to say you're sorry to the people who died, to the families? There are families watching this that would like to know.
I'm sorry they passed.
Dr. Pham's defense attorney says he is allowed to return to his Irvine practice to work tomorrow, but he cannot prescribe opioids. Developing news now from Washington, D.C. The U.S. Senate has passed legislation to keep the federal government open until February. The short-term spending bill undercuts President Trump's drive for border wall funding and prevents a government shutdown. Also today, President Trump announced he's removing all U.S. troops from Syria, saying ISIS has been defeated. The move does not have the full backing of military leaders for many congressional Republicans. Well, not once but twice caught on camera, a Tesla just towed to a shop catches on fire 2 times in one day. Plus this.
Caught on camera stealing toys from kids a week before Christmas. Why the family tells us taught them a valuable lesson.
We hear from the winner of this season's Survivor and what he plans to do with all that money. That's coming up next.
And we're getting a look outside right now from Long Beach. You're going to see clear skies, cool tonight, but a seriously warm forecast by tomorrow. 80s. Unbelievable. I'll have the details when we come back.